My new thing, just beaming in from the renovations here. Yes, in downtown Buffalo here at MGK Estates with my co-host Patty Cheesecake. We're getting it done. We're in week 8 of the renovations. We're nearing the home stretch. So yeah, anyway, here we are. Back up here, man cave update. Really not much to say since last Friday. Fridge is still unplugged like an MTV special in the 90s because still got some electrical swap outs to do up here. So I can't really situate stuff until all these outlets are swapped out and all that stuff. But the main thing is this intercom system, right? Quite sophisticated, from the 70s, I think. Just like Steve over All the World's a Stage. He's from the 70s. So Steve, box sets now. All right. So they'll be coming any minute now because I'm wired in with Steve into his home base in the Chicago area. So anyway, enough about Steve, right? Anyway, let's talk about some other stuff that's going on here. There's Jerome the giraffe. He's back there. He's out of his box. I'm thankful for that. I mentioned last week felt like he was in King Tut's tomb. When am I getting out, right? God. All right. Yeah. Rochester right there. Genesee for a low budget treat. Pretend you're in college, just do it. I do it every weekend, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so speaking of Rochester, here we are with the X-Files, Rockford Files, whatever you want to call them. They're files. It's a file. This guy's in the file. It's Mark over at Mad for Vinyl. He's Mad for Vinyl. So he came over to the party, the second annual MGK Boston get-together in Buffalo. Great guy. Cruised over from Rochester with JT from JT's Record Room, who was up here from Nevada. And anyway, they were hanging out and they decided to roll on up. So anyway, there he is. And he's, I just noticed today, he's at 100,000 subscribers, right? I think my math is right? He's hitting it, right? So anyway, make him 101,000. Do it, hit the button, subscribe, do it tonight. Do it now. For Mark, I'm Mad for Vinyl. So he brought me some Genesee from Rochester. You can get it around Buffalo, but I think it's better when it comes directly from Rochester, home base, where it's made. Really good. And if you're on a budge, it's great. I'm always on a budge. I'm a buyer for a living, so I'm always looking for a good deal. So, and that's a great deal right there, right? And I think I'm in college, so it's a perfect fit. The two go hand in hand in glove, right? So anyway, Mark, I'm Mad for Vinyl. He sent me something here. Apparently it's fragile. Watch out. So anyway, this time I've had a couple of dramatic unboxings lately where I tried to attack it myself. But no, this time I'm going to attack it with scissors. As Don the old goat says, it's the MacGyver. Those are some high-end scissors, right? Holy moly. There's a shirt in there too. All right. It's an unboxing. Speaking of unboxings, Mike PC31, the vinyl policeman. Don't worry, he won't arrest you. He's just a vinyl policeman. He's over there in Portsmouth, England, kind of near David Atkinson. So he's made a comeback. Mike has. He's back with a new video. He was away for about a year. So, Mike, this is your formal invitation to get on that jet with Gav Axman Spins, Rob Walker, Dave Atkinson. I think he's going to fly the plane. So get over here and come on to the party next July. It's going to be right here at the new home base. Here's a shirt. What's on it? Oh, it's great. It's Tom T. Hall and the song I Like Beer. That's great. Classic country and western right there for my friend Gary over at Physical Format Country. That's a really cool shirt. I think this is the shirt. I think JT from JT's Record Room brought that up. And yeah, so anyway, that's great. Oh, this is hilarious. So these are postcards. Amazing, both of them. Memphis Slim, little blues action, and over here some more blues action with Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is a live album recorded of all places, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I have a CD copy. I don't know if it's been reissued on vinyl, but anyway, this is a postcard directly from Mark, and on the back he says, Mike, your Record Room is coming along. I'm glad to see this. I hope this LP is a welcome addition. So I know what it is right here. He knows I'm a fan. Right here, speaking of country and western. I still say country and western because I just like it because I like the old stuff. This is new country for me, Dwight. The year this came out, this is late 80s, I think. I'm not sure if this is third or fourth. Produced by his longtime collaborator there, Pete Anderson. I have a CD copy of this, of course. Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., etc. This is great, and thank you so much, Mark. Honky Tonk Man kicks this off, and of course the title track, Guitars and Cadillacs. Fantastic. Thank you. Brilliant VCLT from Mark over at Mad for Vinyl. He's mad for it. I don't know where he went, but here's the file. Anyway, he's escaped from the file. He's around here somewhere. So anyway, a couple things today. I'm going to mix it up. I got a stack of CDs here because I've only brought over here, still doing hybrid living with the apartment. Colton's not here yet. So I've got that Denon triple CD player over there. There's Colton's Christmas treehouse. But anyway, yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of CDs, you know, and they're down there on the floor. So anyway, yeah, so I'll go through a few of these. This is what I listened to this week. So I've been over here most evenings, and on the weekends I'm here all weekend. Alan Parsons, that's just a really nice collection. If you get one Alan Parsons, get this one. I mean, it's really all you need. Everything's here. I Wouldn't Want to Be Like You, of course, Lucifer. That's a brilliant track. It's an instrumental. Psychobabble, Damned If I Do. Yeah, great. Alan Parsons, right? No, Country and Western again. There's Waylon. It's greatest hits. Yeah, you don't. What more can I say about this that hasn't been said, right? Lonesome Ornery and Mean, Honky Tonk Heroes, Luckenbach, Texas. I'm a Rambling Man. That's all good, man, with the Wailer. Then I had to Chill Out. This little John Lee Hooker here. This is from, I think, the early 90s. Just called Chill Out. Really good album, mellow. Carlos Santana plays on this with him. I'm trying to think of the title. Maybe the title track, Chill Out. I'm not sure where Carlos is on this, but I know Carlos Santana plays on that. And the same with John Lee Hooker. This was an album he did with Canned Heat, and the album had about 18 tracks. It was a double album, so this is like a best of, they call it. So it's got 10 on here. And it's all the essentials right there where my finger just was. Boogie Chillin', clocking in at 11:33. Outstanding. It's kind of like that swampy Canned Heat stuff mixed with his talking blues, like the style John Lee Hooker was a talking blues style, and that constant his foot would tap, like he'd keep in time with his guitar or whatever. I'm not a musician, but he was a foot tapper. And this thing kicks off with the short one there, You Talk Too Much. Classic. George Thorogood does a really good version of that one too. Here's Jimmy, of course, Electric Ladyland. Gave that a spin last Sunday. Had myself a little psychedelic Sunday. I got a little Jane's Addiction here. Nothing shocking except that album cover. Same vein. It's their debut. This was on, this is before they signed to a major label. This is on a label called Triple X Records. Crazy Perry Farrell. I bet she was fun at parties, right? Well, it still is, probably. Guy that started Lollapalooza. Just lyric sheets there. And, you know, of course, Jane Says, which they redid that on, I think, on the second album on the major label debut. Let's take a look here. Is this the second or third? I can't remember. No, Jane Says is on here. Yeah, so this must have been the debut. There's Jane Says right there. Nothing shocking. Live Police here, double album. It's really nice. Couple sets. I think that was the Synchronicity tour. Second from Ned's Atomic Dustbin, right? Speaking of Gavax Man Spins, I bet you he has that. This is from my club days around 1992, 93. It's the KLF. There was a dude named Bill Drummond, and him and this other guy did a lot of kind of like ambient hip hop, even not trance stuff, but club music, right? This is called The White Room. What Time Is Love? That's been done, a million remixes. Last Train to Trans Central. And of course, 3 a.m. Eternal. That just was great in the clubs at the time. The Dance Cave on Bloor Street West there. Shout out to Embryonic. I'm sure he was there. We probably crossed paths, and cheers, there he is. He just creeps up on you. It's Leonard Cohen, just like Embryonic. They're good friends, or they were. The late, great Leonard Cohen, just the best of. Bought this. This is probably one of the first CDs I got when I started buying CDs in the late 80s. I was a big fan of just, you know, the hits of Leonard, right? Well, you call them hits, but Suzanne, Sisters of Mercy, So Long Marianne, Burn on the Wire. I mean, yeah, great collection. Then I kicked it up a notch. Kind of little bluesy hair metal. I don't know what you call it. Cinderella. Really good stuff. I'm trying to think of the lead singer's name here. Tom Kiefer. Yeah, and he's out on the road doing his thing still with a new side band. It's not Cinderella. CD case falling apart. Long Cold Winter. There they are. Out on a long cold winter. It looks like an afternoon in Buffalo, right? They're not dressed for it, though. Anyway, they look fashionable. And there they are. There's the guys right there. So, yeah, great set of tracks here. Bad Seamstress Blues, Falling Apart at the Seams, Gypsy Road. Really great. Look that up if you don't know it. It's great. I'll have to repair that jewel box. So now moving on. This your feature presentation, if you will. This is a slideshow. I promised last week, I kind of teased it. Embryonic Fashion Icon has been developing a new fashion line for his winter casual wear for, you know, those holiday parties you go to, or, you know, even into January, maybe après ski, you could wear some of this clothing. So let's just dive right into it here. What do we have here? So yeah, this is kind of a super uber casual, if you will. It's by Wrangler, and Wrangler thinks Americans should get what they pay for, right? So you get what you pay for, right, as the saying goes. So here we are. We have Ed. He's here, and there's some woman in here. There's Trevor from Flat Round and Spun, and there's David Atkinson, right, who I mentioned earlier. That's really good. Shocking pink for Dave. And there they are, rocking those denim suits. They look great. Brian, I mean, this line is great. So it was really nice. Brian had everybody flown into Toronto. He rented the Concorde jet, and the jet went around just like we call it embryonic Uber, and it picked everybody up and brought everybody to Toronto at Brian's home base. And we did this fashion shoot there earlier this week. So yeah, that's how it all happened. In between my renovations, I mean, anything for Brian to promote his fashion line, I'm here for you, Brian. So yeah, next. Oh yeah, there's Brian right there. So there I am with Brian. I'm in the middle, and there's Gary from Physical Format Jazz. And he's looking pretty jazzy there, isn't he? Very casual. And this is, like, look at Brian. He's smiling. He's like, this is a wonderful suit with no logo. He's happy as a clam. He's ready to go to the party. Hit the dance floor maybe. You never know with Brian. But there he is, and he's doing it. I love this. We went out to, there's an area on the east side of Toronto called the Beaches. In fact, I lived there for 2 years when I came out of university. Great area in the summertime, and it was a nice day just this week. I think this was Wednesday we did this. Time flies, right? And Steve flew in from Chicago. I mean, and there he is. There's Steve right there on the top of that sand dune. There's Steve right there, and there's Brian, towering over everyone here. There I am down there. And there's David Atkinson again. Dave didn't feel like wearing a shirt because it was kind of hot out. So he just had that white suit on like Don Johnson, Miami Vice. And he's rocking it right there at the Beaches. So there we are. And Steve with a gingham print. And he's a slim guy, so those slim jeans with the little bell-bottom blues at the bottom really work for Steve's physique. So yeah, really, this is a really embryonic fashion extraordinaire. And then a nice surprise from Virginia. Sam St. John flew in. He's just recently been married. So his wife's going to love to see him in this prototype suit. Brian had all prototypes made for the fashion shoot. So we got to keep all the clothes. That's fantastic. So Sam got to take that back to Virginia. I'm sure his bride will be just, yeah, Sam, you look great. Better than their wedding day, right? Look at him. And then you got Brian in the middle. He's kind of got a hybrid thing going with a leather jacket and then those vertically striped pants. And then there's Steve again from A is for Alice. And he's rocking it right there. Super casual with just a red shirt, right? Anyway, well, this is nice. So anyway, yeah, representing more from the West Coast, Jack, winner of Best Hair in the vinyl community. He rolled in, and there he is right there. He's got his guitar. This is more of a fall, kind of like getting back to the earth, kind of hippie, shot. Brian thought it was like Brian called this it's kind of a fall send-off, if you will. So there we all are, and there's Brian kind of in the center. He likes to be down in center for the photo shoot, I found, but it's okay because Brian, he's not arrogant about it. He just really he's the designer. He deserves to be up in front, right? There's Emma right there, right? Yeah. 8 Vinyl Low. She was there too. Fantastic. This some other strange hippie chick in the background. And there's Steve right there. Of course, he was there embracing the movement. And yeah, what a great photo. I have to put a photo album of this together. It's just the memories are fantastic. And then out of the blue, Jeff Witcher, he rolls in. There he is. So this is Brian's kind of, this is January, February when it starts to get really cold. You're ready here with this. So look at Gary, right? So Gary's got kind of a paisley jacket. That's really nice. Brian's got sort of a bomber thing, but then he's got these loose kind of linen pants. It's kind of I don't know, those pants might be a little thin, Brian, for that Toronto winter. And then Mark from Mad for Vinyl, who I mentioned earlier, he rolled in, and he's got a nice thing going on. And Jeff, though, I think wins for the most warm-looking suit. It's like a bear suit, right? So that's really nice. Brian thinking about keeping people warm in the winter and also looking great. So we're going to close it out. Brian and I looking like, I don't know, David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen hanging out. There we are. So this is more casual. There's a palm tree growing out in front of Brian's house. You can see it right there. It's a very unique weather system around Brian's. He can just snap his fingers. It's like a dome. And so then it looked like that. So there we are. We've got the bell-bottom blues. So it was really great. So thank you, Brian. And then lastly, who rolls in wearing his own suit? It wasn't one of Brian's. He's already king of fashion. There he is. Anthony from Gambler 812, strutting right in like John Travolta, walking down that road with that slice of pizza at the beginning of Saturday Night Fever. Italian Stallion, this guy right here, doing it. Look at him, so confident. He's like, Brian, where's the runway? I'm gonna walk down it. So anyway, that's gonna do it. Gang's all there. Fashion show was fantastic. We had a great time. So thank you, Brian, for that. Cheers to you, and cheers to Matt for vinyl. Yeah, the king of Rochester, I'm gonna call him from now on. Right on. Anyway, it's super hot for us. Mid-September, it's a nice, we're heading into fall. I painted this afternoon, but it coming to an end, right? So where I started there was a last bedroom I was doing some trim, just touch-ups. So we're near the home stretch. We get some floors refinished in the next couple of weeks, a couple other little touch-ups, and anyway, yeah, and then we'll be doing a room tour here before you know it, right? So anyway, whatever you're doing on a Friday, I hope it's great. I hope maybe you're at a fashion show. I don't know. But anyway, whatever you're doing, have fun doing it. And I'll see you in the next video.